Sweet. All right. Looks like we're live. All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to this episode of Boomer and Degen. I'm your host, Biz, with co-founder Andy of Crypto Hub HQ. Andy, how's it going? It's good to see you back and in your normal setting.
Yeah, Starbucks yesterday, right? it was a day of like whenever your wife says, "Oh, I'm going to take a day off and we can go off into a city," you expect this kind of relaxing day, but no, they drag you to 3 billion different places, and by the time you come back, your feet are killing you, and
Yeah. Well,
it's
I hope you got
noisy.
what I hope you got to get what you wanted to shop for yesterday.
No, I didn't. She did.
Oh
But
man.
I didn't. It wasn't time. It's like So Don't worry. I'm going again next week without her. I'm just gonna not tell her, and I'm just gonna go.
Nice, nice.
Uh,
Well,
yeah.
I guess while you were coming on your way back, I mean, obviously the hot news was Libra and what they were doing, but also there was a lot of pressure from outside governments trying to, not outside governments, but like others that are opposing what he did. But you know what's crazy is that this guy came out and started tweeting on how to get Libra token. Not just that, but Dave Portnoy ended up aping in, and he bought the fake Libra token, and
All
he went down almost 200,000. That was pretty crazy, pretty funny too.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about on that today. Actually, it's quite revealing, and we can get to it. But let's quickly look at the market.
Yeah, yeah, let's do
Uh,
that.
I'm fed up of saying there's no point looking at this market health because it's almost the same as it was for the last week, and there's a good reason for that. If you like it, about an hour ago, Bitcoin was slightly up on the day. It's now down 0.3, but the alts are down 2.69. So Bitcoin was up something like 0.5% on the day.
Hmm.
The alts were already down 1.6, right? And so I've drawn this trend line that you can see here.
Yeah,
And, uh, and that this today's candle was green when I drew it, but we're now touching it again. So all we're doing, if you come down to the 15-minute, it's trying to touch it again. And if we break down beneath that as well, so if you look at it here, we're already now trading, sliding beneath that POC. That POC is proving not to be support anymore,
yeah,
right? So it was a magnet going up and down between it. But right now, we opened beneath it, and the high is still beneath it, and we're kind of heading down. So, and I think this is a part of the news of what came out yesterday. So I'm gonna move to that. So this has gone up a right little bit,
yeah.
and then this has stayed the same. So we're still back in fear. But I want to take us on to obviously this was the news that you had yesterday, that he risks impeachment, this guy. But when you dig deeper into this, right? I'm going to come to here. This guy called Hayden, somebody.
Hmm.
He came out and with this video addressing Libra. Now he was a major part of the team, and he ended up with $100 million worth. And what he's trying to do is say, look, I'm here, I'm showing you my face. We're going to try see if we can recover this. We're going to take all that 100 million and put it into the liquidity pool, or we're going to do something, right? So I'm not going anywhere. I'm not running away. But even more interesting than that, he did an interview with this guy, and I'm going to play this video. Hopefully you can hear it because it's very revealing. So,
One sec. Okay, let's hear it. I don't think we can hear it.
can you hear it?
No.
Okay, so this guy's asking this other guy that there's been rumors that you were linked to the Melania coin, which was
Oh,
effectively
heard about this. Yeah.
effectively a rug, by anybody's standards, right? And and he was very reticent, but he then actually admitted that uh, he was. And it's the same kind of, I don't want to use the word cabal, but the same kind of group that did Trump, did Melania, and has now done this Libra. And basically the early investors, there's a summary of it here, right? So this guy Loopify did a kind of summary of the discussion, the longer discussion. So complaints about expert snipers who catch every launch early. So Hayden is directly in control of 100 million from the liquidity pool. Doesn't know what to do with it. He's just kind of saying, "I'm here, but I don't know what to do with it." It's a meme coin. It's foolish to full port into a meme coin. But there's some interesting stuff. 2 people involved in the launch are from Argentina. KIP protocol was going to run the foundation, and Davis was going to launch the coin. Malaya has a deep desire to put everything financial on chain, so this was just an experiment. So he kind of put his name for it. Dave Portnoy, which is the guy you mentioned, right? Bought 5 million of the coin 10 minutes after launch and lost the money. Davis paid him back 5 million from his own personal funds. The idea of insiders to me is always bullshit. Crypto people are just angry unless you are a genius on chain. Inside trading of meme coins isn't illegal, and every single KOL globally makes money that way. There was another guy that was saying that he was given like 6 million of these tokens and was going to announce it on Twitter. Hey, I've got these 6 million Libra tokens, and was advised by this Hayden not to tell anybody, right? So Davis was part of the Melania token launch and also sniped the Melania token launch. They didn't make money on it because they didn't remove liquidity, but they sold their tokens. There's something about Trump down here, but effectively they're saying that this is all just one big group of people that are launching this shit, and it's just the insiders and KOLs that are making money. Everybody else is diving in. You're aping into the sector, this meme coin sector, and you're just losing out because you're left holding the bag when it dumps.
So I noticed on the last line there, it talked about Trump coin. People buying it that made 500 million, not snipers. Before it launched, people had special access to buy it at a private dinner.
Exactly. Right. So
I thought I saw something where it was like hush hush, or even his closest people didn't even know until at the time of reveal, which was like it shocked everybody, even like the ones closest to Trump.
Yeah, well, clearly that was bullshit. The main insiders already had it, and this is just.
Yeah, I saw this CoffeeZilla just grabbing his head, just like in disbelief. Like, does this guy even know what he's even saying right now?
Yeah, well, he's kind of putting his life in danger when you've got President of the United States, which is clearly grifting people, as is his wife, as is his family, as is now this Argentinian geezer. And I think, the general consensus today, and it's very, very interesting, is many people are blaming the Solana protocol, right? They're saying all of this bullshit is done on Solana, and Solana's actually tapped today. So if you go to Solana, Solana's down to...
what the... Oh my goodness, that is you bro, that is a knife. That is a straight knife, if I had to say.
So people are like, what we call him, Alex Becker is saying is out of it, has gone back to ETH and Cardano, even though he is launching a meme coin on Solana. But look at 169 for Sol. I mean, it's just really like people are blaming this.
Oh wow!
I think it's time. I genuinely, folks, think it's time that you stop trying to get rich quick on these fucking stupid meme coin projects. And what saddens me, I think, even more is that this is Benjamin Cowan, but was it CZ?
CZ, yeah. He showed some interest in creating one, or I don't know if it's just.
It's called Broccoli, and it's named after his dog.
Oh, son of a gun! I did not catch that.
Yeah, this is it, and so he's not helping, right? He's released it on the BNB chain, but it's like, stop it for fuck's sake. And I think people are beginning to realize that real projects like RWA type projects, right, real world asset type projects, are the real way that we need to get back to. Start supporting change that are pushing a good narrative are going to help the industry forward. Because I think another way of putting it is that these meme coins just suck liquidity. They just suck it out of the system. So everything suffers. Like money goes out of other alts. They think, oh, meme coin, great. I'm going to be a squillionaire overnight, right? Only to ape in with everything that they've got, and then the people who got early dump, and then that's it. You're left holding the bag. You can't sell them. You've got to stop this shite because it's crazy, right? Which is why I've never traded the Trump coin or Melania, even though it's on my exchanges. I just don't want to know. I do not want to know. That's why I'm called Boomer. That's why you're called Degen.
Yeah, but you trade the charts, and if the charts look good, you know.
I just decided from my own.
Okay.
I don't want to use the word morals, but
Yeah.
from my own standards.
Yeah.
That I don't want to get involved.
How about Doge?
Again, Doge is kind of one of the original memes before it became such a cynical rug pull kind of culture. There are something like thousands of coins launched each day, right? And like that one that you were trading has now been added to major exchanges. It's gone on to Bing X, right?
Yeah.
I forget where
Jail stool.
Yeah, right. But so Benjamin Cowan, who I've referenced before, give him a follow because he's very good. He says watching the entire CoffeeZilla interview just makes me more bullish on Bitcoin dominance.
That's funny.
We have maxis launching shitcoins, presidents launching shitcoins, QT, quantitative not easing, QT
tightening.
Quantitative tightening continue, and the usual suspects calling the alt season for the 943rd time. It's not fucking wrong, is he? If you guys still think meme coins are good for the space, watch the recent video, which is the one I've just referenced a snippet of. Meme coin influencers don't have alpha, they have allocations. And that is something that everybody should take away. That one tweet, the reason these influencers are saying this is a great project is they were just dropped $1 million for free, and they need it to go up to earn their money. It's all utter bullshit, right? And so I like this. I like this. And then he goes, "Oh, I didn't promote it. I shared it." So Amelia goes, "I didn't promote it. I shared it.
Yeah.
I acted in good faith and took a hit." Fuck off. I mean, is the only answer I have. I know I'm sounding a bit like, but you know, enough's enough already. You know, like it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. And CZ has disappointed me that he's kind of leapt on the same thing just to make a load of money. It's just very, very disappointing. And you can see by the market that, you know, the alt's already down. If we go to others, you know, this is the state of the others, right? Which is, for anybody who's new, others are the top, all of the alts minus the top 8. Is it top 10?
Top 10.
Top 10. Minus the top 10. Total 3 is minus the top 8, right? So I think it's minus Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah.
So it's from number 3 downwards, whereas others are from number 10 downwards, right? So, but they're down like 3% on today. And look at the chart for that. I mean, it's just not exactly bullish, is it? So it's and this is all being caused by these grifters, and I'm just going to call it out for what it is.
Yeah.
They are grifters, and I've been saying that, right? That the grifting. You should not have presidents of countries grifting from people and getting rich and getting their family rich on the back of people who want to earn more money in life and have a better life. It's sick, but this is the industry that we're in. So I think, guys, enough is enough. Like, put this meme shit down. I don't blame Solana, by the way. I don't blame Solana. It's got nothing to do with them, right? It just happens to be very fast and it's cheap and all of that kind of stuff. So they've chosen to use Solana, but it's not their fault. But enough already. I'd just like abandon it. It's just crazy. So so that's why it's not helping the market. And
I'm officially adding the total 3 to my crypto market watch list.
Yeah, well, I've got others total 3: USDT dominance, which is important, right, and BTC dominance. BTC dominance is just going up.
Yeah. Yo, it
Any,
just had a breakup structure. Ooh, it just spiked up.
yeah. So you see, you want an altcoin season, that should be going in the other direction.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
are
did you
not
see?
yet
I was
there,
just
altcoins.
did you take a look at the Ethereum dominance? I mean,
I'm
that
on the,
thing.
sorry, I'm on the 15 minute there. I'm on the 15 minute. Sorry.
Yeah,
But it's USDT is sorry, BTC dominance is going up.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and it's absolutely crazy, right? So let me go back to BTC because that's my 15-minute version.
But
Um, but USDT dominance going up, right? And for to get into this next part of the bull cycle, that they should be going in. They should be going in the other way. If USDT dominance is going up, that means people are sitting out of the market, right? They're selling off and they're sitting out of the market. When it goes down, it means people have sold their USDT and they're trading, right? They're investing or trading, one or the other. USDT dominance has gone up 1.18% today already. And BTC dominance up 0.3, and you can see it's literally just going up. So the market is not in a good place.
no.
I don't care whether people say the bottom's in, yada yada. At some point, it's going to turn around. The other interesting thing that's happened today, one of the crazy is one of the crazy senators within America. They have many, by the way. I think he's called Rand Paul, and he's been quite an obstructive type person.
Yeah.
Outspoken.
Raoul Paul. Yeah.
Not Raoul Paul.
No?
He's the English guy
Okay.
who was invested in crypto a long time ago and has made a shitload of money
Yeah.
and talks a lot. Right?
Yeah.
Rand Paul is a senator within I think the Republican. Well,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
And what he's done is he's called for, and there was a tweet by Elon Musk replying to him, he's called for an audit of Fort Knox to see if all the gold they say is in there is actually in there, right? And Elon Musk said, well, surely it's audited every year. If the news I read is to be believed, it hasn't been audited in 50 years.
The gold?
Yeah, the gold reserves, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So if they find out that, there's nowhere near as much gold in there as they thought, given that BRICS nations have been acquiring gold in a massive way, China, Russia, Indonesia, India, they've been acquiring gold in massive ways over the last year, right?
Yeah.
So they've been growing. So if it turns out that the BRICS nations have a lot more gold, maybe then what America might do is say, well, okay, let's turn to Bitcoin and make that our reserve instead of gold. I don't know, but we'll have to see what comes out of that audit. It's just all a massive corruption and mess, isn't it? Like the whole political system.
Canada sold all of its gold at the low, like
Yeah,
10
well,
years or
England did
15
that.
years back.
Yeah, England did that at one point many years ago when a guy called Gordon Brown was in, and he decided he was the kind of Chancellor of the Exchequer for a while. He's meant to be the money man, and I think maybe while he was the Chancellor of the Exchequer, he sold all the gold, and it turned out to be the bottom.
Oh my goodness! I bet you him and
Yeah.
Canada got together and just
Maybe.
drank.
Just to show you, these people know nothing, right? And moreover, they are doing everything based on their own self-interest. So the lobby groups, like jobs after they come out, but the way it works in England is they don't get money while they're in power. They get promises of jobs once they leave. So, David Cameron's, Tony Blair's, all of these ex-prime ministers and stuff. When they leave, they become non-executive directors of firms where they get paid £1 million a year for turning up once, to
Oh,
meet.
wow.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's just jobs for the boys, right? I'm sure Boris Johnson, in fact, I'm bloody certain Boris Johnson's that have got a lot of sweet deals like that because he's what we call a Tory, right? A conservative. And that's all about money, dear boy. Money.
Yeah.
So he definitely would be like raking it in after being the Prime Minister of the UK.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
hey,
all
look,
just-
if what they're saying and the senators saying, hey, you should do an audit on the gold reserves for the U.S. Treasury, for the U.S. reserves. Uh, the problem is that if there is not enough gold, wouldn't that send the price of gold through the roof? Because they are trying to bring the dollar back to gold. That's
Well, I don't. You're asking the wrong guy. I'm not an economist. I don't know what the.
yeah, no. But it's interesting
I,
though because I just
I
feel
don't.
like there's so much uncertainty. I mean, dude, if they if they do an audit and there isn't enough, that's a big problem. That is
Well,
a
it's more to say. Apparently, the Australian government announced. I don't know how many years ago was this that quite a lot of their gold reserve when they did an audit was fake gold. People had swapped it and sold it.
oh
You
my
know.
goodness. Oh
So no, if it turns out that successive governments have been like, nobody's going to look. Let's just take out a few bars for our retirement. You know, because we've served the country. You know. It's just all bullshit. Coming back to Bitcoin, I drew this trend line in
oh
last
man.
Bitcoin, and it's absolutely pinning off it now, and it's getting a selling pressure to try go under it. So keep your eye on that. Let's see what happens tomorrow when we come back. It does bounce up. It may just end up bouncing in a range around this up this trend line. Who knows? We'll see. But if it breaks down, if we go back to here, if this breaks down,
It's
then
breaking down violently.
yeah, then it's anywhere down here to say 90, 89 area again, back down to looking very likely yet again. I should change that, shouldn't I? But yes, the market, and there's a lot of FUD, right? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of uncertainty in the market because of all this mean bullshit and all of this stuff. And when you discover that presidents of countries are actually involved with it as well, nobody feels safe. Therefore, they don't trust the sector. Therefore, they capitulate and get out.
Hmm.
Right? They just leave. Fuck it, I'm out. And that's what we're suffering now. So we live in a very selfish world where people only want to enrich themselves. They don't want to help anybody else. It's just the way it is. I'm not saying we're any different. I'm just saying that's the way the world is. I'm not trying to take the moral high ground there.
Yeah.
But that's the way it is, right?
Well,
So the market not be good. We're
yeah.
still getting alerts in. We're still getting alerts in. If I go back to the 15-minute on that, I ran this recently. Oh, this is the other one that just I'm working on, which generates the downtrend, uptrend for
Hmm.
clients, right? I've got everything ready for this to go live, and the one that I announced it the other day, but I've just not pushed the button yet.
Oh,
So
it's nice. Well, I did notice the new channel.
the channel's there, set up in the code to run it. I've tested it in what I call my testing channel within the server. I think you can see that channel, but nobody else can. But Elf is one that apparently is
Okay, that's an AI coin.
Elf. Not one we can do there, but let's on that exchange. I've just signed up for that Wheat,
Yeah.
WEEX, but TradingView doesn't support it.
Oh.
Yeah. So
How's the
that's
course?
something.
You got access to the crypto banter course, right?
Yes, well, I was interested. I'm always interested to learn,
Yeah.
right? And learning is kind of key. No, it's actually better if you're a complete beginner.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not sure how long this offer lasts, but it's for free.
Yeah.
If you sign up to a brand new exchange and deposit at least $100, and it's very easy to do that. I'd recommend anybody that is new to trading. The guy that's taking the course is called Kyle Dukes, and he's one of their traders who's very sensible, very good, right? He's not like a typical mean geezer, like aping into everything. He's very sensible when it comes to leveraging or just using spot instead. And so he teaches about candle patterns and trends and all of that stuff. Some of the stuff I use, but
Yeah.
but the courses would be very good for beginners, right?
Mm.
Very good for beginners. The only downside I have found is that part of it is you join their Discord and then you get inundated with people trying to spam you DMs. They're trying to sell you in the name of
Oh.
Kyle. So
Yeah.
you'd be very careful. Just be careful.
Yeah.
I've got my DMs open only because of our server, but I've now switched them all off.
Okay.
So So I was just inundated with
Yeah.
people trying to read. You know,
Well, that's sad.
luckily I've been around long enough to know that.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Not Kyle Dupes, it's Kyle Dupes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or it's Kyle whatever. Yeah, with a Y or I.
So Kyle Dupes full stop or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Or with an underscore or something. It's just so this one actually looked like it was following. Oh, I see why it is coming. So that's Bitcoin's 15-minute. So this alert, by the way, this correlation coefficient thing is whether they're going down or up. It doesn't matter. It's just that the chart pattern is not following Bitcoin, right? So obviously it's pulling back at the moment because Bitcoin is, right? And so sometimes they can't outweigh them, but one USDT. Let's have a look at one. Yeah, he's going down also. But again, the chart pattern doesn't look anything like Bitcoin's. But if we go back to here to find the ones that are, say, rising while Bitcoin is falling, ACH is one that's come in a few times recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go, look. So folks, if you come into our server, you're going to find, without having to search for yourself, you're going to find these coins that are actually really tradable. Look at that. Pings back down to this.
Has liquidity, has interest, break of structure. I mean, these are all signs you want to see.
It has everything. And I don't know if ACH was in this list earlier, but I'm not sure it is now. No. But yes, so there are lots of coins. Look, it's up 11.9% on the day so far, when the rest of the alts are down, what was it, 3%, right? So that's one. SXP USDT. That's been up. Oh, hang on a minute. I can't looked at this one for a very long time. Is that the right one? SXP, yeah. That doesn't make sense, does it? Actually, sometimes, am I in the bull? No, sorry, that's just rising when Bitcoin is falling. Sorry. If we go to here, hard. Yeah, so hard, that's obviously had a massive rise. That had a good 5% rise, and it's going back up again.
Yeah.
And PAX G. But likewise, outperforming Bitcoin more. Again, hard. Okay, so hard is also outperforming Bitcoin. So it's going up, it's had a break of structure, and it's outperforming Bitcoin. So that's one to keep your eye on, right? In this market, up 2% as opposed to down 2 or 3% on the day, like many of the alts, and it's going up again. So, if you'd have got in there, you would have had 4-5%, So it's, but on the day, it's done quite well, on the day from about there, right? 6%. So yeah, there are many coins, but the overall market, and again, if you want bearish, there'll be many now. There'll be many that are having a bearish break of structure fair value gap, right? APT, because they're following Bitcoin, right? Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
And I suspect most of the alts, if I go to a large watch list that just has many from there, look, most of them, few of them are up. ACH was the one that we were looking at a minute ago, but the bulk of them down. So yeah, so that's where we are, Biz. Nothing to report on Bitcoin.
I guess the saying goes, third time's the charm.
What
we break down and we get to the very likely again.
Yeah, I think.
And I mean, third time's a charm, meaning that we probably might break down with further continuation.
Yeah, well, if it was going to ping to the bottom of this trend line, then it would come there, right? If it,
You know
we're
what?
looking at the,
I'd be more concerned is if it wicks down below that previous wick.
yeah, this one.
Yeah. If it does wick down
Yeah.
below that, I'd be very concerned.
Well, right now, I have nothing positive to say about Bitcoin's price action, right? As a trader, you're looking at the overall market structure. You're saying everything is down. In fact, when you look into this other alert that I've been writing here, you see a lot more downtrends than you do uptrends, right? Of all the coins, right? And so you get the odd sideways uptrend. I'm going to set where are the let me trend state. Let me just refresh that. Downtrend, RST. Any sideways? Yeah, sideways. JTO. So JTO is apparently in a sideways, not up and down. If I go to the 4 hour. That's a bit jumpy, isn't it? Oh yeah, you can see why, because you see how this is crossing and crossing, so you can't make it spined up whether it's in an uptrend or a downtrend on the 4 hour chart, which is why it's classed as sideways. But I suspect very soon that will Nexo and DEXE comes up quite a lot on our alerts. Yeah, another one, look, just kind of crossing under, but not confirmed yet. So that's how that works. This is just going to be added for adding extra things to alerts, right? It's not a brand new alert within itself. This one is, as you know, but that one's just going to add an extra confirmation as to what is the long-term trend of this particular coin that I'm looking to go long on. I'm going to go long, but it's on the 15-minute, but on the 4 hour, it's in a downtrend. So maybe it's going to
Yeah. And so the whole idea is to find confluence, or on the longer term trend, for example, and then seeing that on the shorter term time frame where the trend's at. If it's going against the longer term trend, then perhaps it's a much shorter term position.
Yeah, this is all just giving you kind of more information about this. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
pretty cool.
That's it. The market is in a not a good place. Because of let's use the word shenanigans going on.
So I do have a hot take. My hot take is because of the Libra token and now it makes sense why Dave Portnoy tweeted out that he jumped into Libra token, although he technically said that he bought a bunch of it, but he bought the wrong one. It just sounds like a marketing stunt, to be honest, because he lost. Well, he lost, and they paid him back.
Yeah,
so
right.
Wouldn't he be incentivized to talk more about this token? What better way to do it to say that I lost 200,000, by buying a fake Libra token, which just tells you that he's interested in Libra token. So my thinking right now is that Libra token we start to see some upwards momentum because. Yeah, I'm afraid to say it, but I do think that Libra token gets momentum and basically absorbs any of that manipulation that we had in the past. Oh, look at that. Did it already pump? I mean, it was at 85 cents at one. No, it was at $5 at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know when. This might have come in late to this exchange. Let me just try a different one. Libra MEXC, when did it come into? Oh yes, it's already dropped down. It came into this centralized exchanges after us. But if you went on to say, does it have? Oh, I can't see it on any of the on Radium.
Yeah.
Radium.
Is it? No, hold on. That could be the fake one. The one that Dave.
Be the fake.
Yeah.
Or it could be Libra Sol, couldn't it? Library. I don't know which one it is. But anyway, my advice to everybody is stay away. Hence the name Boomer. Biz's advice is go. So
you gotta trade the narratives. I mean, narrative is what drives the market in crypto, pretty much.
I know.
Yeah. But let's just do it responsibly. Don't get wrecked, and don't be in with more than you can handle.
In fact, I would say go in with a very small percentage of your capital if you want to risk it.
Yeah.
We're talking single-digit percentage of your capital and less than 5. Don't if the capital you have is very important, you should not be risking it on things like this.
No.
There are much better narratives and better ways to trade, hence why we put together Crypto, than there is to just kind of go like this on a stupid coin like Libra that is a rug pull.
Yeah.
All the KOLs have got massive allocations and they're just going to dump it the moment you buy it. So I'd be like that.
Yeah, for sure. Stay safe, stay vigilant. That's the alpha for today.
Just trade safe.
Absolutely.
That's all I'd say.
Cool.
All right, folks.
Yeah, that's it for today. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Tomorrow's a different day, different time. It'll be cool to see what BTC does as we enter the morning sesh. And so that does conclude for February 18th. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us on Crypto Hub HQ if you guys haven't done so already. Trying to grow the channel, and if you can, we be very much appreciative. So join us there. Also, if you guys followed us, drop us a line in our Discord. Let us know that you followed us, and we'll give you access to all the alerts, everything for free. Just let us know. All right, that's it. Cool. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Happy, safe trading, everyone.
What?
Good evening. You're watching City News 24/7. I'm Faiza Amin. We continue our coverage on the passenger plane crash at Pearson Airport. Officials tonight confirming 17 people on board the flight sustained injuries when a Delta Airlines plane crashed at landing, flipping upside down. Let's bring in our Carling Donahue, who is tracking developments for us tonight. Carling, airport officials providing a brief update. Can you tell us what they said?
Yeah, Faiza, brief is the right word to use there. It was an incredibly brief update, and I'll tell you all about it in just a few moments here. But first, let's
Did you see
recap
the
what
plane
happened
crash?
today. It was a terrifying moment for passenger and crew on board Delta Airlines Flight 4819. It took off from Minneapolis earlier today, was set to land on the
Oh,
tarmac
wait,
at
it flipped
Pearson,
upside
and
down.
it did, although it crashed into that tarmac, landed on its backside, and passengers and crew were forced to escape the upside-down fuselage. This footage showing the terrifying moments. The 76 passengers and 4 crew members had to escape the flipped plane onto the tarmac in freezing temperatures. Orange Air Ambulance were called to the scene, along with Peel Police, paramedics, and multiple fire services to assist the more than a dozen injured people, some of whom at this time are still in serious condition. Now, the accident, it also caused a temporary halt on all outbound and incoming flights. The latter, they were forced to land at Montreal's airport for a while there. Now, we're standing outside near the airport. We can see flights have started to take off again. However, the CEO of Toronto Pearson says passengers, they're going to notice disruptions over the next few days as this investigation is nowhere near complete.
We immediately halted further arrivals and departures on our remaining 3 runways. Those runways.
That's Deborah Flynn. She is the CEO.
Go on. Yeah, it's not off to a great start.
It's just confusing. We're just like not sure what's going on. Nobody's telling us the right thing. It's one person saying, one thing, the next person saying another.
We sat 11 hours in the airport yesterday after they knew that their flight never left Jamaica, and left us sitting there for 11 hours is horrific. And even today, we get to show up to a limo voucher home, not a return one, so we cannot get home from the airport if we use it on a potential flight home.
Yeah, they were definitely frustrated. A lot of them, though, giving their condolences to those that were involved in this crash and giving thanks that no one died as a result of it. Now, in that press conference that we were just monitoring, very little answers were given. They did not even mention a hypothesis as to why this plane did crash. So we will continue to...
Man, you can't hide from social
Protect your
media.
small business with Zensurance. Zensurance policies start at only $19 per month. Trusted by 250,000 Canadian small business.
Breaking news. A plane crashes at Canada's largest airport.
We were seeing some black smoke coming from the runway.
The flight that flipped over, the condition of those on board, and the investigation getting underway.
Global National with Donna Friesen. Reporting tonight, Colleen Christie.
Everything, drop it. Come on.
Unverified video seemingly capturing the moment dozens of passengers on board this Delta Airlines plane at Toronto's Pearson International Airport get out of the aircraft after it flipped upside down in a crash landing. All passengers and crew are reportedly accounted for, but there are reports of injuries. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The situation is developing at this country's largest airport. Many details are still scarce, but we do know the plane was carrying 4 crew and 76 passengers. 22 Canadians were among those on board. We begin with Eric Sorensen, who is at the airport. Eric, what more do you know?
It was a remarkable scene here this afternoon at Pearson Airport, Colleen. A regional jet out of Minneapolis being run by Endeavour Aircraft on behalf of Delta Airlines was flying in to Toronto this afternoon when the plane crash landed and flipped over onto its roof. Remarkably, no one was killed. There were injuries. Estimates of around 15 or so people injured, a few serious. One child was reported to have been carried by Orange Air Ambulance to Sick Children's Hospital. Here's what one eyewitness had to say about what he saw.
We were doing some plane spotting over on that plaza over there at the intersection, and we saw something, some big smoke coming over the airport. So we rushed here to check out what exactly was happening. So I was walking to this fence, and I could see CRJ that is possibly crashed on the airport. The airplane is flipped.
We are very focused on the care and the with their
Port Authority investigation. First of all, catastrophic failure perhaps on the. And today there were very high winds, so blowing snow and high winds could be a factor that the investigators will be looking into. Colleen.
Eric, have airport operations returned to normal now?
Yes, you know, when the accident happened, they shut down all flights into and out of the airport. I bumped into some passengers who were leaving around 4:30 this afternoon, but by 5 o'clock, less than 3 hours after the accident, they reopened the flights to into and out of Pearson. I can see a lot of traffic happening here now, so flights are back to normal here in Toronto. But a pretty remarkable story that there were no fatalities from an airplane crash landing, flipping over, and everybody seems to be relatively okay.
Truly miraculous. Eric Sorensen at Toronto's Pearson International Airport. Thanks, Eric. Global News meteorologist Anthony Farnell joins us now. Anthony, what would teams have been dealing with to clear or de-ice runways at Pearson today?
Well, they've been working non-stop. Yesterday, about 25 centimeters of snow fell on the airport and surrounding areas, but they did a great job, and they're able to do that, get rid of the snow. Today, however, it wasn't snowing at the time of the crash. This is our visible satellite imagery, and what it does show, around 2-3 o'clock, that's peak instability in the afternoon. So you start to get a bit of extra turbulence, and these streamers you see here, these are actually residual.
Man, I'm just catching up on the news right now. There was a plane crash at like Toronto airport today.
But still, it adds a bit more to the atmosphere. Right now, wind's still gusty, but it was at the time of the crash.
The crash, actually, it was a Delta airline jet, and it crash landed. It ended up flipping upside down, and miraculously, the jet didn't blow up. I mean, normally, in any situation, the jet blows up. Like, the plane blows up on impact when it crash landed. When it crash lands.
Unless they pump their fuel.
Well, there was a fire, but they were quickly on scene and were able to extinguish it. And then they were able to get the passengers out. But that's crazy. That's crazy. Why is there so many plane accidents these days?
Wow. I'm just looking on my news now.
Sustained above 50 kilometers an hour, gusting up to 65.
Oh, nobody died though, just injured, right?
Yeah, I mean, like that's a miracle, to be honest. That is a straight miracle. The plane flipped upside down. There was fire. The fuel itself would have ignited the plane. Luckily, they were able to extinguish the fire, because that thing would have caught fire and the whole thing would have blown up.
Craft can land in these weather conditions.
Crazy.
Don't worry, Trump will blame he'll blame Biden.
No, he'll blame Trudeau because it happened in Canada. Yeah, he'll blame our loose aviation control policies.
He'll find some way to flip it that it's not his fault.
So it was reduced slightly because of some surface ground blowing snow, and that's been recorded throughout the day today.
They're saying there was high winds, or
runway 23, which would be right here, and that provides a bit of a crosswind when you have an
that much wind to flip a plane.
So all of that is going to play a role in the investigation, but it wasn't snowing at the time. Visibility yesterday was a lot lower in that snowstorm, and now we do have this new weather advisory.
I mean, unless they would just have no choice but to land and try it.
Tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty lip sealed right now.
Runways, and of course, the
not much,
investigation
but
is just beginning to find out what.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but
snowstorm with a record amount of snow.
Many years ago, I qualified as a pilot. I got my pilot's
Armstrong
license.
reports on the unprecedented winter blast and how it's wreaked
So
On the chin. In fact, sticking with
they
Fox
teach you all of this. I mean, I was only in light aircraft, right?
Yeah.
Propeller.
after another major storm.
But they teach you about crash landings and and one of the tests they give you, you know it's coming, but you don't know when it is. And they take you up, and the instructor says, "Oh, go back to the strip. Go back to the airstrip." You go, "Okay." And then at some point, he just pulls the engine. And he literally pulls the engine off, and he goes, "You've got an engine failure, Andy. You're going to have to land."
Longer than usual. So it's
And you've got to land.
The aftermath of Sunday's
Simple as that.
made driving difficult. Blowing snow forced the closure of a stretch of highway between
And they're like, "Go
Montreal
and land it."
Ottawa. It also meant delays
And the strip knows that you were going to do this test. You're the only one that doesn't.
Flight to Florida was cancelled Sunday out of Ottawa.
And he just pulls it and goes,
Montreal desperate to get down.
"Right, over to you. I taught you what to do."
Yeah.
It's very stressful because we have no cancellation
I did it.
cruise. And it's crossing the Atlantic, so
I
it's
got
not like
in.
we can swim.
But I had to go. You only go base leg, and then you go what they call downwind, then base leg, and then finals, right?
71 centimeters.
And I managed to get to downwind, and I realised I didn't have enough height to do a circuit, so I just pulled in, and I just went, I'm going in, fuck it, and I just went straight in and cut base leg, cut downwind really short, and went straight to a kind of quick finals and on the ground.
And millions of Canadians
I just said, "Sorry, I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough left in the plane to do it." And he went, "Well, we're down, aren't we?"
Some areas face
So
gusts as storm is
you passed.
120 to
That's good.
140 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on the prairies,
And then they teach you some tricks about how you can, if you're slightly low, you can use the flaps to get the flaps back up, take the flaps up, it'll lift you up and stuff like this. So these jet pilots, they're trained, right? If they know they're going to have to do a crash landing, the first thing they do is go out somewhere and dump all their fuel. They literally dump the fuel and just leave enough to get back to the strip.
Smart. Yeah. Smart. Yeah. So, well, do you still have your license, or are you still flying?
No, I expired a long time ago. The way it works with airplanes is, if you don't fly for just 30 days, that's all. Then you have to go up with another pilot.
Yeah.
And he just basically goes, "Yeah, you've still got it," and that's it. So then you can fly alone. But once you leave it, I don't know, 6 months, a year, in England anyway, you've got to take your license again.
Yeah. Okay.
And which is fair enough, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But the English test is not. The English test is that hard, or is that thorough, that once I'd got my British license, I was flying over to America, to San Francisco, and I took my pilot's license. And all you do as a British pilot is walk into their CAA or FA, whatever it's called, right? FAA and you go, "Here's my British license," and they go, "Oh yeah, okay. Here's your American license then."
Okay.
And they just give you it. Whereas Americans coming to England have to take the test.
Okay. Well, you guys got higher standards.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah. And we're taught slightly differently. And you know, I was taught, it's a fascinating story, this, if you've got a minute, but
yeah.
I was taught by this very old guy, right, a big fella, very, very English, very strong, stern man like this. And his name was Jacko Jackson. Transpired, I was writing computer games at the time, and we were doing a flight simulator based on World War II and modern aircraft, and in this game you could put a Spitfire against an F-16 and things like that, right? You could travel through time and mix them and go into battle against different airplanes at different times. Like a Sopwith Camel from World War I could go against an F-16, and the F-16 struggled to fight it because they couldn't go slow enough. And anyway, so we went to the RAF club in Piccadilly in London, and we did a launch of this game, and there were these old guys there. And they said, and I was wearing, and we got dressed up in flight, like RAF flight strips, you know, like army type strips. This guy came up to me and said, "I say, old chap, what are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, we're launching a computer game." And he goes, "Well, do you fly?" And I said, "I do actually. I've got a license from Sherburne and Helmet Club." And he goes, "Isn't that Jacko Jackson's old haunt?" And I said, "Yes. Yeah, Jacko Jackson is the one that taught me to fly." And he said, "Oh, well, you best follow me then, old boy." And we walked into this library and he took out books, and it turned out that Jacko was one of the all-time wartime flying aces of World War II.
Wow, what?
Yeah, and he was known as Flying Ace Jacko Jackson, right?
Wow.
And when he eventually retired, which he didn't like, but he failed a medical, he'd been flying 52 consecutive years, right? It was fascinating. And the military, the Air Force, they sent him telegrams for his party. But on the day of his retirement, everybody knew but him. And so everybody turned up to the club because we didn't want to miss it.
Yeah.
And his wife, Betty, said, "Jacko, you need to go to the end of 29 Strip. Apparently there's a problem and they want you to check it out." He was the CFO, right? The chief flying officer of the club.
Yeah.
"I'm not walking out there." And she went, "No, you've got to go, Jacko." "Bloody hellfire. And what are you all doing here?" And we turned around. Why are you all here? Like this. No, we're flying today, or, something like this. And he walked out to the end of this strip and they got him